Hi, my name is Shawana Taylor, and today I will be interviewing Devron Zeno about the importance of HBCUs. Mr. Zeno, when and where were you born?
I was born in 1986 in Houston, Texas, Third Ward community.
Okay, tell me a little bit more about yourself.
So yeah, I just gave away my age, and um, I graduated college 2012, and immediately I took the entrepreneurial route. I did not want to go corporate, so I am an entrepreneur. I am a photographer. That's what I'm pretty much known for. I direct videos as well, um, and I'm also a magazine editor.
Okay. Growing up, was race or racism discussed in your household?
Yes, of course. I think in most black households, it's sort of hard not to discuss race when occurrences happen all the time. So we definitely talked about race in my household, and I think one of the things, it wasn't like a sit down, hey, let's talk about race. It was more so about we're watching movies, and from the movies we would have a discussion. So the movie that really put a cap on racism for me and our family, and basically showed us as kids that black people were being mistreated, right? That's how we saw it from the movie. The movie was Rosewood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen the movie,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, that movie is really what pushed the talk into our home.
Yeah. Have you ever been racially profiled?
So yeah, my name is Devron Zeno, right? And it's sort of hard to say when you've been profiled, because there's a bigger issue. It's not necessarily a personal interaction. It could be something simple as applying for a job. For me, my name is Devron Zeno, so I have a unique name. I'm obviously African American.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what the fears are. We only hear the stereotypes. So I feel, initially, I am being profiled when I don't get the job. Or I don't get the call for the job. It may be the fact that my last name is Zeno, so I'm at the
Mm-hmm.
bottom of the stack, or it's just it may be something else. But that's just how I see it. I don't think I can pinpoint how many times it's happened, but I can pretty much say, yes, it's happened to me. It's happened to you. It's happened to everybody, really, just because of how we've been conditioned to think. Now, on a more exact time, or a more to give a better example of when I feel I was personally profiled, I was in a certain neighborhood in Houston,
Mm-hmm.
like one of the suburbs of Houston.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want to say their name, but I was with a friend, and we were out working out at a park, and the car I was in was an all black car. It had black tires, black rims. Everything was totally blacked out. Like, if you look, the tint on the windows, the brake lights,
Mm-hmm.
they were black. So it was suspicious,
Mm-hmm.
being that it's not supposed the red lights are not. I mean, the brake lights are not supposed to be black.
Mm-hmm.
So we were pulled over, but the minute we were pulled over and the cop, asked me anything, I was immediately I felt like I was being profiled,
Mm-hmm.
because the first question is, are there any drugs in the car,
Mm-hmm.
right? So me, I have an issue with being profiled. I'm a very outspoken person, so especially when it comes to racism, and I'll always I'll never be silent about it. So the time that when the gentleman asked me to get out of the car, he pulls me to the back of the car. He tells me to shut up, or he's going to call the sniff dogs.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to call the K9 so that they could sniff for drugs.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, you know what? Go ahead and call. And you also call your supervisor, because I know for sure right now I am being profiled. You have something against me, and you don't know me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a point in time when I know for sure I was being profiled. But it happens all the time. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure with me, being a black man, uh, even a black man with a unique name, I'm pretty sure I've been profiled more than I can count.
Okay. Did you attend a HBCU?
Yes, I attended the historical Texas Southern University. Yeah.
What did you major in?
Business administration
Okay.
with a concentration in marketing.
What made you choose Texas Southern?
Well, as I said before, I'm from Houston in the Third Ward community, and I received all of my education in one place. When I was a kid, I wanted to go to Jack Yates High School because I would see the marching band at the homecoming parades, and I used to always think that's the school I want to go to, right? But my family, everybody in my family, the tradition was everybody's going to Jack Yates.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I went. But when it came to college, nobody went to college in my family. So it's like, okay, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go? And I could always remember stepping outside and hearing on the porch of my home and hear the band, a TSU band play at night, and I used to think that's really where I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
The band has always been talented, and it's part of the reason why I did select TSU. But the fact that it was where I'm from,
Mm-hmm.
right? Everything about me is tied into where I'm from. So TSU, I mean, right there in my home,
Mm-hmm.
I can get everything that I know inside of my brain. Everything that I've learned on a higher level of thinking, it came from that community. So I stayed home.
Okay. What year did you graduate?
2012.
2012. Okay. How do you feel about HBCUs?
I think HBCUs are very important because they're designed to educate and create the opportunity for the African American student.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe they're very important.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it helps level out the talent field when it comes to applying for a job. There's always a criteria, and the HBCU puts the African American and minority into that pot that where you're pulling out the names and you're hiring someone. So they're very important.
You've already begun to answer my next question. So why do you think they're important?
Yeah, so HBCUs, I already stated that it creates it levels the playing field. The talent pool is larger now because of HBCUs. It gives us the opportunity to actually have what we need, right? To go into the interview, we have that all. We get all of our level of thinking, our skill, the talents that we have. They are given to us at the HBCUs, and I believe you can have that same type of education at other universities, but HBCUs, in my opinion and from my experience, HBCUs get the African American ready for the actual corporate world. Now, I also have to say this because I don't think we think about it this way, but if we have a university or institution that caters to African American students, especially at Texas Southern University, we have to have someone to teach them. Now, this doesn't exclude employment to other races, but majority of the people in the faculty, the staff, professors that I encountered at Texas Southern were black, right? Now, my mother, when we were kids, my mom, she had jobs, right? And they were, part-time jobs. But it wasn't until she actually began to work at Texas Southern University, an HBCU, that our lives actually changed a bit from, being, I wouldn't say we were less fortunate, but let's just say that when my mother, was hired at the HBCU, the standard of living changed for us, me and my brother. So, if you consider how important HBCUs are, you think about the student that comes, but you have to also think about the opportunity that it allows for people in the community that they serve to have better employment.
What advice would you give young people today to encourage them to attend the HBCU?
The advice I would give, if you are a student out there and you're considering college, consider an HBCU, because you want to be in a place where the people not only look like you, but they care about you, and you're not the minority. You're the majority, and everybody's can relate to you. I'm telling you, the experience I received at my HBCU, it was like no other. It was just a good vibe, a good energy on campus, in the classrooms. It's like we were all on one team. And I can't speak for other universities because I've never been, but I can say for sure at HBCU that I went to, the camaraderie is on another level.
Thank you, Mr. Zeno, for taking the time to sit with me today. It was a pleasure.
No problem at all. Go Tigers!